Are you a performer that loves to perform live, but you feel like your performances are going flat because you struggle with engaging with the audience? Well, you are not alone. Yeah, engaging the audience is everything. It's not about just performing your songs. It's about creating an experience that they'll never forget. If you worry, don't be, because that's why I'm here. I'm here to give you tips on how to engage in your audience at live shows. Walk with me now. Tip number one, I said this before and I'll say it again, interact with the crowd. Talk to them in between the sets. The person I learned this from was Sammy Davis Jr. I briefly saw it online, and in between songs during the set, like, he would talk to the audience. And I thought that was just so brilliant, and so I adapted it to one of my performances and it worked like a charm. You do have to know your audience, and you do kind of have an idea of what you're going to say. In most cases, you know, we freestyle that part. Talking to your audience actually kind of breaks down whatever wall they may have up. Watching you perform because they may be unfamiliar with who you are, what you're about to do, or whatever the case may be. But talking to them really brings that wall down. It helps you connect with your fans on a more personal level. Another tip, involve the audience, right? A person who is great at this, Chris Brown. He brings women on stage during his tour, and now the women feel like they're involved with the set. Well, that, and on top of that, they go from being right here to right here with the man. You know what I'm saying? But involving the crowd, when they're involved in the performance, that's some things that people will never forget, because they may never get the opportunity to be around them or you ever again. So make sure you involve them in the performance. If they know the song, like I've seen Beyonce actually put the mic out and let them sing the songs or whatever the case may be. So you involve the audience. Trust me, it works. Here's another tip. Depending on what type of show it is, right? Take requests. If you have a very vast, very lengthy repertoire as far as the songs that you know and could sing or rap off the top of your head, like, take requests. And if you wind up killing it, again, it brings that wall down. I actually tell people a lot, do cover songs in their sets, because if people don't know you, they're not gonna know your song. So if you do a cover that they can at least sing along to, they're like, oh, okay, bet. And if you killing it, they're like, oh, okay, bet. Let me see what you have next. And now you just drew them in. So definitely taking requests is an idea. It's another tip. Also, another tip, use visual aids to engage them, right? So if the venue has a screen that you could play things on, or have screens around the venue, make sure you get them on a file and get them to whoever is running that equipment, because if they're not looking at you, when they start looking around, they don't have no choice but to look at you. They don't have a choice. Like, you may want to put your video up of the song that you're performing, or you may want to do a montage of all really great highlights that you've had in your career up on the screen. Something, but definitely use visual aids to keep them engaged. If you're not keeping them engaged here, you're still keeping them engaged everywhere else. Like, again, they don't have no choice but to look at you. Lastly, another way to get them engaged is offer merchandise. If you ever went to a ball game, they have them shooters that, and they shoot t-shirts and all of that stuff into the crowd, or whatever the case may be. I ain't saying go get you one of them, but like, offer merchandise. Make sure you got a merch table somewhere. If not, make sure you got them on stage with you, and just, you know, offer them merchandise, or let them know that you got a merch table in the back, or whatever the case may be. But offer the merchandise, t-shirts, posters, whatever memorabilia that has you on it. It's just a great way to engage the audience, and also build your brand. Definitely consider, like I said before, setting up a merch table. When you set up the merch table, make sure you go there after the show and you sign all the things. And I mean all of the things, if you got the time. Make the time. Make it enough, okay? Because every last one of them people that are buying from your merch table they ain't got to purchase shit. They ain't got to fuck with you. So you make the time. So offer merchandise. So there you have it. A few tips on how to engage with your audience at live performances. It's time for you to take what I just said and put it into action. Now, understand you can also wipe your ass with it, but if you don't, chances are your show may not be that engaging, and it may continue to be flat as, and you don't want that. I don't want that for you, but I know you're gonna do the work. I know you're gonna put the work in, and I'm telling you this in advance. I am proud of you. Don't forget to follow me on all social media at the Amor Laüren. Also go to www.theamorlaüren.com and join the community. Also book a call with me so therefore we can dive deep into your performance and make sure that you are top tier for your next one. I'll see you next time.